So, do you know one of the things my biggest shocker was? So, when I woke up, well, let's not even worry about the narcissists and all these whatever, psychopaths and whatever. Let us talk about the simulation. When I woke up, I started recognizing a pattern. I started seeing a pattern. I was like, okay, first day, this guy walked from here to here. He did something different. Then he walked from here to here. Then when I went this side, I met another one. He was doing this or he was walking a certain direction. Now I know there are some things that they are very difficult to understand, okay? If you're not an awakened person, it's very difficult. You're going to sound crazy, so don't try to make people understand you. People, they're going to think you're taking them for a ride. You see, I have a feeling this screen is like, is it better now? Okay. People are going to think you're crazy, you know? People are going to think you're taking them for a ride. Now, let me tell you something, chosen ones. You're going to recognize a pattern, maybe a cycle. You're going to figure out something is not adding up. And you will be wanting to know what it is. You see, let's say you woke up at 40, maybe you're 50. You could be any age, 40, 50, doesn't matter. And you thought you was going crazy, okay? So you went to your psychologist, whatever, therapist next door, at the end of the street. Oh, I need help because this. So the therapist told you, so they diagnosed you. They say, you're schizophrenic. What do they call those terms? I don't even like using those terms. Schizophrenic, what, autistic, and all these. So they started giving. They found some name in their little Bible. They always have their Bibles. So they found a little name for you, and they said that you had you was psycho, whatever you had the psychiatric, whatever problem. So he was like, okay, so what do I do? They was like, you need to go to a psych ward. So now they recommend you to a psych ward. Those psych wards, you guys know the words. So you went to the psych ward and you realized now the people that actually sent you to the psych ward, they are the problem. You're not the problem, they are the problem. You see, let me tell you something about this reality, ladies and gentlemen. The whole thing is effed up. I can assure you. When you have the general awareness of what is happening on this rim, you realize everything is upside down. You will realize that everything is upside down. The real meaning of things that you meet, people that you see, everything that you go through, everything is upside down. Because you see, one of the things what happens when you wake up, when you have a spiritual awakening, you have seen something you wasn't prepared for, and you have seen something you wasn't supposed to see. It's not your fault that you woke up, okay? You don't choose. You don't choose when to wake up. It's just because that these demons have been playing around so long with you. So when you wake up, is why you see them, they're starting to come around stalking you. Actually, stalking is demonic. You guys, do you know that this whole thing of stalking is demonic? Those people that you see stalking you, let me fix this thing. So it's a vlog video. Be patient with me. We're not going anywhere. Stalking is demonic. And when it comes to gang stalking, there's no question about it. That whole shit is demonic. So, do you know why they're stalking you? Now, the very first person that will stalk you would be the narcissist. That would be the very first entity. I call them entities because I know that they're not even people. Those are just NPCs or something, bots. The narcissist is going to stalk you. When I left so many narcissists, greater narcissists, even the ex-narcissist, spiritual narcissist, the recent situation with the housing, they stalk. So they come on your pages. They want to see what's going on. What is he saying? What is he, what, you know. If you have a page, of course. If you have a Facebook, they're going to come on your Facebook because they're in panic. So when you activate to awaken, it's like you have pushed the panic button. You see, demons like to work undercover. All operations, all those things you see, secret operations and secret this, all those are demonic. All those things you see people doing, oh, secret this and secret that. Yes, I know there are some other things that people will do because they need to have information in advance, which is okay. We hear about all these, whatever, secret service and whatever. We hear about those things. But for you to wake up and you understand that even the gang stalking involves law enforcement, people from the law enforcement, some of them ex-military, some of them from the police departments, some of them is your landlords. You see a network of people that are stalking you. And you realizing that this entire thing is demonic. Because why are they stalking you? You're not the richest man in town. You know? You're not the richest man in town. But most probably you haven't even yet paid your rent. And you have got an entire team, entire network of these entities stalking you. And it doesn't make sense. And you're thinking, so what's going on here? Do you know why they are stalking? Do you know why they are stalking you? They are stalking you because you know something. And you have activated something that wasn't supposed to be activated. So you have seen something that you wasn't supposed to see. That's the whole secret behind it. Now, let me help you understand this whole thing of gang stalking. Gang stalking, you need to understand something. Don't give them too much power. You see, you guys need to understand how this whole matrix operates. Okay? You're dealing with NPCs. NPCs can be anywhere. NPCs have been your parents. Some of them have been your family members. Some of them have been your landlords. Some of them have been your friends. A lot of us have been dating these NPCs. You need to understand something. When you're a conscious soul and you do wake up, these are the people that haven't awakened. They're very curious. So what is going on there? So what is going on with so and so? We need to know. We need to find out. Go and check on this. Go and check on that. Now they will start all these projects. They will send people who are going to try to make you crazy, look like you. At the end of the day, they're putting you in the psych ward. They are the ones that are supposed to go in the psychic ward because they're the ones with the problem. So be aware. Okay, you see them and whatever, you understand, but don't give them too much power. Because the whole intention is to give them, when you do give them too much power, then you make them exist more and more in your life, in your vicinity, in your life. They continue to exist. But when you just keep on going around doing awareness, but non-reaction, you go about doing your day, see them, understand it for what it is, understand this whole thing is matrix, it's a simulation. Some of them are not even real people. So when you give them too much power, you are now feeding into that energy. Because remember, again, it all comes down to this whole narcissism, everything. Because narcissists, a lot of people that are gang stalking you, they're narcissists themselves. I could say almost 90% of the people that are gang stalking you, whether they know it or they don't know it, whether they are conscious or not, whether they have been paid or not, they're narcissists. They're either narcissists or they're just NPCs. Because you see, NPCs don't ask any questions. NPCs are like, oh, how much do you give me? Okay, oh, you give me a new phone, new iPhone. Oh, okay, I'm going to do it for you. They're going to start going around following somebody and taking pictures like zombies. But when you don't give them power, you win. because you're dealing with the program. This whole thing is a simulation. Don't feed into the simulation. So you see, I know these things take time, and it takes a whole lot of courage to do these things. It takes a lot of wisdom to understand this whole thing, how it works. You need to understand that you do not feed into the program. When you do not give the narcissist a reaction, the narcissist has no business with you. The whole thing is to trigger a reaction out of you. It's all about energy. So for the most of you guys who have awakened, your eyes are going to open. So this is like you have these spiritual eyes, the third eye. Your eyes will wake up. Now, last time I said third eye, somebody said, oh, those demonic this and demonic that. Now, a lot of people, is why I'm telling you that this whole thing, some of these channels are not for everybody. So there are some people, demonic this and demonic that. So, because the church told them, their pastor, who is a narcissist as well, told them that those whole things of this and this is demonic. So a lot of information has been hidden from, we all know that things have been hidden from the masses anyway. So you now see, you're looking through the veil. For the longest of time, you have had a veil covered over your face. Your parents, they only did you favors when they wanted something in return. So you are now starting to see that everything was transactional. Only do this if you do this. Only do that if you do this. So they never really gave you anything. Whether it was your parents, whether it was in a job, they gave you a little bit of breadcrumbs so that you could go back and go back the next week. The breadcrumbs will not even spend the moment. Did you guys know that some of you, they pay your salary and within a week it's finished? Did you guys know that sometimes you paid salaries? It happened to me many times. And within a week, the salary is finished and you're already in credit. You're already in debt. So you have something that is small enough to keep you alive, but to keep you wanting more. And then the cycle continues. Okay? So when you wake up, like I've said, you reevaluate every little thing that has been happening in your life, because now you see the bigger picture. You're like, okay, everything needs to be put up for question. You need to understand your parents, what is going on. You need to understand all your friends. You are going to reevaluate everybody. And you're going to figure out it has all been effed up. As effed up as it could be. Okay? Because you are the only one that sees the truth. Everything that you see happening around you has always been an illusion. It's all been all this whole thing of family, we are family and everything. It's all been an illusion. The jobs you have been working, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a chosen one, you have already done these jobs where people even fired you for no apparent reason and they left the nurses working. Even they upgraded their jobs. They even increased their salaries. They even got promotions. And you, the chosen one, you are sacked from your job. And the thing is a coincidence. And you're sitting at home thinking that, why did these people sack you from job? Because the entire program has always been against you. The entire system has always been fighting with you from the beginning. From the moment you was a child, everybody that was sent towards your direction, I could say 95% of the time, those people were sent for the bad reasons, for the wrong reasons. The system has been fighting against you. So this whole gang stalking thing is a continuation. It's a continuation of something you've already been fighting. It's just because many years ago you was not aware that you was fighting with this program. But now you wake up and you become aware that, this is exactly what has been happening. So you start to see visibly these people. They have been there behind the scenes many years ago. So many times in your life, they have been there playing behind the scenes. Because you see, when you're talking about demonic warfare, the reason why they call it spiritual warfare is because it is spiritual in nature. So the people that are working and out, they're just the actors. But the real intention is spiritual. So there is something happening behind the spiritual realm, in the spiritual realm. So it's why the universe awakens you and the veil will lift. Now you're able to see these demons and understand what has been going on. So my chosen ones, you've already seen, is what I'm telling you. You have seen something you was not supposed to see. These demons was hoping that you would sleep forever. So the reason why you see these people trying to gang stroke you, I've met a chosen one personally. And this is a real story, ladies and gentlemen. I have met a chosen one. This chosen one told me at a certain age, somewhere teenage-ish ages, she had her third eye open. Highly intuitive and highly spiritually gifted. This chosen one, she was taken to a certain local church somewhere, and these people, they put some spells on this woman, and her third eye was blocked. This is a real story. I'm not making up things. I've met this person personally. Her third eye was blocked, and from that point forwards, she has been moving around like a zombie. We're talking about so many years. We may be talking about 25 years plus. She has been moving around like a zombie. But she still remembers the moment where she was very active and, intuitive, and she could see different things and whatever. She was very, very spiritually gifted. But they told her that all those things are demonic. So they did some things, special ceremonies, and they closed her third eye. Now she's walking around like a zombie. So many people do not understand the war that they are fighting. Okay? Just because it's spiritual in nature. So you tell somebody that your father is a narcissist. Oh, but they are my father. But I have only one dad. I used to hear those kind of bullcrap back in the days. You have only one dad. You have only one mom. Yes, everybody knows that you have one dad and one mom. But if the dad or the mom is demonic, I don't owe them anything. I do not have any business with them if they are demonic. I will move. I will break contact. Or what do they call it? I will go no contact and I will break connection with them. So you see that battle you've been fighting with unknown people, insults, whatever, jobs, job losses, relationship, whatever, the things that have been happening around you. It has been the system that has been fighting with you, but spiritually, because these things you're not supposed to understand them. So when you see them on the physical, you think, oh, why did my ex-wife believe this? Domestic violence. Sometimes you can see cases of narcissism, and you will hear people talking about domestic violence. You're talking about the narcissist. There's a difference between, ladies and gentlemen, there is a difference between domestic violence and a narcissist. There's a difference. Domestic violence, yes, people may shout around or disagree on some things, but narcissism is different. So some other people get it twisted and they clock it in domestic violence, but what they're actually talking about is narcissism. So those are the things you never hear on TV. Because you know why? Even the people that are supposed to read those news, they are narcissists themselves. Because you see now, people are waking up. People are waking up, and the narcissists are realizing that they are the ones who have activated this awakening. So the real souls are now waking up, the conscious ones. And when you wake up, you push a panic button. It's like you push a panic button because now they don't know what to do with you. Some of them are even going to shoot themselves in the legs while trying to plot things against you. They are going to shoot themselves in the leg because they was not prepared for this. They do not know what to do with you. So it's all spiritual, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This was a video for the most of you guys who are on your journey. I wanted to give you some motivation. There's nothing wrong with you. You just awakened. It's just what it is. So if people are coming around calling you crazy, just understand them. From their perspective, you look crazy because they cannot actually catch up with your frequency. When you're awakened, you're on a completely different frequency. So it's not personal. Keep on going. It's just the beginning of your journey. Move on and everything will be okay. Next gang stalker. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, peace.